April the 5th, 2023. It is 6 p.m. and then we are in Commission Chambers, 5332 East US Highway 83 here in Rio Grande City, Texas, Suite A. At this time, we'll have the invocation by Commissioner De Leon, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Ramirez.
Heavenly Father, thank you on behalf of all of us gathered here today. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings. Father, bless our agenda to be fruitful and for the common good. Give us unity, a spirit, and make this meeting productive. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one nation, indivisible.
Thank you, Commissioner De Leon, Commissioner Ramirez. At this time, we'll have roll call and finding of quorum. Solis.
Mayor Villarreal.
Present.
Commissioner Ramirez.
Here.
Commissioner De Leon.
Here.
Commissioner Olivares.
Here.
Commissioner Escobedo.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. This time we have item 1C, public forum. Do we have anyone signed up for public forum?
No one signed up.
No one signed up for public forum. Next item is 1D, departmental reports. Chief?
Yes, Mayor, we got Ms. Norma. Ms. Norma, are you going to identify your staff, or are you going to do that with the proclamation? Okay, all right. Does anybody have any report? I didn't ask any of the directors. No? If anybody has anything to report, they come up and...
Any director that would like to share with us the wonderful things that are happening here in Rio Grande City are more than welcome to do so at this time.
Well, I just want to mention, Mayor, we did have a couple of events these last 2 weekends, and one was the, well, Mr. Yeah, can you tell us about the egg hunt and the golden egg, I guess you could say, right? That was a good event. It was really a lot of fun. There was a lot of kids out there, and it was very interesting. There was like a lot of kids there, and we do have a great turnout. I thank staff for both events. We had 2 of them weekends back to back, and they both turned out really well. So yeah, it was great.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, we had this Saturday Easter at the park. It was a great event. I mean, had a lot of people, a lot of kids, happy faces out there. So I want to thank the commission for helping us do that event. And I want to thank all the community that showed up for support.
And we did. In fact, I had a few of the eggs cracked, and one of them was a little hard. I remember, but it was an awesome event. Young lady, related to Miss Jenna. She at the Golden Egg.
Found the golden egg.
And it was a phenomenal event. I mean, over 7,000 eggs, was it, or something to that effect? And they were all gone in a matter of minutes. We had an excellent showing, a lot of wonderful families, people in general. I mean, it was an excellent event, community event. So thank you to you and to all the staff and vendors and supporters and all the staff, I mean, all the families that were there. It was an exceptional event. So thank you.
City employees were also.
Yes.
A lot of the staff were there.
And I want to thank the ACE program for providing the alpacas there. So
The alpacas were a hit,
yes.
And so was the petting zoo.
The petting zoo, yes.
The arcades back in Galaga. I don't know if you remember Galaga for us that were back in the growing up in the 80s.
The grid sponsored them. So
The vaccines too, and face painting. I mean, it was again, excellent event. So thank you all for putting it together and getting the message out there in the community. Also, this past Sunday, we also had the Autism Walk event, also an exceptionally attended event. Mr. and Ms. Martin, along with other families, put this event together, an awareness for autism, and it was very well attended as well, and we had vendors and the exceptional event as well. So thank you to them and the community for coming out, right? And to your staff for being there and supporting these community events that bring the community together again, and for the betterment of Rio Grande City. So Of course, the rain
The
dash.
color, I was going to
Coloring
mention
dash.
that. We did have a coloring dash.
Coloring dash.
We had a tug of war. Oh, the chief is not here. I'd like to harass the
I
chief.
understand the police one or police, law enforcement. Right? Tug of war.
Yeah, we might have had a couple of injuries, but everybody all the directors were there for the most part, and I do want to thank all of you for bringing your staff and actually being there. I think it was fun. Hadn't seen that kind of unity in a while, so it was a blast, and the police department won. So everybody did really good. Yeah, it was a good
Who won the tug of war?
camaraderie.
Who won the tug of war?
The police department.
Police
Well, the
department.
younger guys, I wouldn't be able to do that. Breaking up.
How many members were there per team? Or how was
How was
it?
it, 11? 8 or 11? The brain rates for you.
Next time we'll have the city commission challenge.
Somebody mentioned that, Mayor, to get the commission to get out. So I was like, I don't know, but we'll see what happens next year.
I'll be in the very back. We're still working for the
But thank you, Mr. Eguia. Again, excellent events, and to you, to your staff, and to everyone that's part of those events. Thank you for putting those together in the community, celebrated, and it was very well attended, as I mentioned. Anyone else, any other departments that would like to? Hello, Ms. Holtz.
I just wanted to mention, well, first of all, hello to everybody. Last night, we had our second poetry slam with the school district, and we had it at La Grulla Elementary. We had several students and adults participate. It was really a wonderful evening. And we also had some artists that followed us over there, so it was a very nice event. We look forward to more collaborations with the school district. And then we're also having a Dia del Niño coming up on April the 27th. It'll be on Thursday. This is an annual event that we host with our community partners, and we look forward to having you all come out and hang out with us on April the 27th. Start around 5:30 in the evening.
When is the next poetry event?
Well, we're looking to, towards a May date. I believe it's May the 4th.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure right now the exact date, but.
But it'll be here in,
At the Lopez Tijerina.
Tijerina.
Yes. So
which,
We'll, for sure, we'll pass out
excellent
information.
event. I attended the one here at Tijerina, and it was very well attended, and the same thing that the poets there were phenomenal. I mean, exceptionally talented individuals that depicted their stories and their poetry. I mean, it was phenomenal to hear them. And some of these, the passion, and it was great to see that talent.
Yes.
Plus the artists that are there, right? I mean, exceptionally talented individuals. So thank you for putting those
Yes,
together.
and yesterday,
along with the
we
district.
changed it up a little bit with Ms. Benitez. Had each artist that was there come up and talk a little bit about their artwork and
Oh,
what
great.
inspired them. So that was really neat to hear them, and some of them were starting to build characters and starting to build stories and want to do books. And so, I mean, that's what we want to do. We want to promote the arts. We want to give them a place to showcase their talent, whether it's singing, dancing, art, music. Oh, and that reminds me, there's also been a big push for a community group. And so we have several adults, including some of the Women's Club and some other adults here in town that want to do something in the summer. So we might we're going to help them out at the library, at least with their registration and stuff, and we'll see where that goes. But that's something that'll be coming soon too.
And like you said, give them a platform, give them a space to showcase their talent.
Yes.
And if we have any staff members who are talented poets, please do and showcase your talent in those poetry readings. But I mean, it was exceptional. I really enjoyed the poets and how the way they communicated their messages were excellent.
Thank you.
So any staff members, any commissioners that would like to showcase their poet skills, poetry? Thank you, Ms. Volz. Anyone else, any other department? All right. Let's move on then. Item 1E, proclamation. We have Rio Grande City Public Library. This is April 11, 2023. And I'm going to go ahead and read the proclamation, Rio Grande City Public Library Day Proclamation. Whereas public libraries play vital roles in the education, recreation, and empowerment of local communities. Whereas libraries continue to level the playing field for all who seek information and access to technologies. Whereas each year the Texas Municipal Library Directors Association confers the Achievement of Library Excellence Award for outstanding contributions to public libraries in Texas. And whereas the Texas Municipal Library Directors Association Achievement of Library Excellence Award is open to Texas Public Library Directors and the member librarians they represent. Whereas applicants must exhibit excellence by providing services to underserved and special populations, marketing in innovative ways, pursuing collaborative efforts, continually enhancing its services, supporting literacy, digital inclusion, and workforce development, providing cultural, topical, and educational programming, and comprehensively training its staff. Whereas of the approximately 542 public libraries that exist in Texas, only 73 received this award in 2022. Whereas the Rio Grande City Public Library has met the requirements of excellence and been awarded the 2022 Texas Municipal Library Directors Association Achievement of Library Excellence Award. Now therefore, be it resolved that I, Joel Villarreal, Mayor of the great city of Rio Grande City, and the City Commission do hereby proclaim April 11, 2023 to be Rio Grande City Public Library Day in the city of Rio Grande City, and encourage all residents to visit the library and enjoy the many programs and services offered. Congratulations, Ms. Foltz, once more. And as Albert Einstein used to say, the only thing you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. Why did he say that? A library is knowledge, it's power, and to have this, let's go, this deserves absolutely, we got to take a picture, Ms. Foltz, and all your staff. Please come up to the front. Congratulations once more. Congratulations.
6 months. 6 years.
You two in the mayor, can we get you over here?
Yeah, between ladies or?
Yeah, you're good here, and then, yeah, if you can just come in a little bit more here.
Go ahead.
And then Mrs. Fox, just switch right here. Yeah. There you go. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, and 3.
Thank you.
Ms. Foltz, would you please say a few words regarding this exceptional award? And again, 6 years, right? Running.
6 years in a row, yes, very proud of that. And before I move on, Mayor and Commissioner, I'd like to introduce, we do have a new employee, and Kelsey Fleming, and she was with us during the year. She was a temporary employee with us, and so when we had an opening and she was available, we took her. And she's also very talented. She also participated in last night's event, and she is going to be participating in the Comic-Con soon. So very, very talented. We're going to be using her, and soon we'll have our own Comic-Con here in Rio Grande City.
Yes, all right. Go ahead.
I just want to thank the City of Rio Grande City and the Public Library for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we really are lucky to have her. You know, she has her bachelor's and master's degree. And so, sometimes it takes them a while to find a good job, but I think we're going to be a good fit, and we look forward to more programs. This award that we received, there's like different areas that you mentioned most of them, and it's about having service to the community, and that's what we want to be. We want to be the hub of the community. We want to be a place where kids feel safe, where adults have a good time, and of course, and our ultimate goal is to promote literacy. We have the Story Walk. That's the new program that we got that we added, and we have a lot of programs, but it's all about promoting the literacy, promoting our books, and then getting them through our doors. And hopefully once we get them in there, then we'll encourage them to get a library card where they could take advantage of all the online services that we have, because it's amazing what you can do with your Rio Grande City Public Library card. That's free to our patrons. Like I tell everyone, we're paying for it, it's free for you, take advantage. So thank you again for your support. We certainly couldn't do this without the support of the Mayor and City Commission and our city administration and all the departments that are around us, because we're a small staff. And so you have no idea how many times I called, for example, Hector, I called Gilbert Milan, and Frank and I are working on a project together, and all the other departments, they come in and they help us out, and sometimes, it's our turn and we help them out. But thank you again.
Thank you, Ms. Foltz.
Thank you, Ms. Foltz, and cannot stress that enough when you're considering that only 73 libraries across the state of Texas received this award, and for us to continually receive it year after year only speaks volumes of the staff. And yes, we are well aware that we need to provide more accommodations for that, Ms. Foltz, and I think in the future, that's something that the commission feels strongly about, as far as the library, and hopefully expanding it one day and creating more space for you to operate. If you already do so much with so little, again, thank you so much for you and your staff and everyone that's part of the library. So kudos, and exceptional. Thank you. Any other department? All right, moving on to Item 2, consent agenda. Letter A, approval of minutes from previous meetings, A, B, and C, and under A, and B, approval of departmental travel requests.
Mayor, move that we approve consent agenda items A and B as presented.
Have a motion to approve items 2A, 2B by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Escobedo. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 3 resolutions. Letter A, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve amended application on Resolution 2023-07A for the 2023-2024 Community Development Fund application, Texas Community Development Block Grant Program with the Texas Department of Agriculture.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners.
Ms. Reyes.
This resolution is basically an upgrade from the last one that was approved by council. Last time we had passed a resolution for $350,000, and now we're adding an additional $150,000. So this one reflects $500,000. This is something we're working for, some additional paving throughout the city.
Okay. Entertain a motion at this time. Any questions? Have a motion to approve by Commissioner Escobedo, second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is B, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve signatory resolution 2023-08 for the 2023-2024 Community Development Fund application, Texas Community Development Block Grant Program with the Texas Department of Agriculture.
It is related to the other resolution. This resolution is to authorize the signatories on all documents related to the application.
We entertain a motion.
So moved.
Have a motion to approve by Commissioner Olivares, second by Commissioner De Leon. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion
Thank you.
passes. Thank you, Ms. Beas. Next item is 3C, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve Resolution 2023-09 for Operation Stone Garden Grant Number 3242307.
Mayor, Commission, good evening.
Oh, Chief.
We got approved for the FY 2022 Operation Stone Garden. They're a year behind for $325,002 for overtime for border security. We just need a resolution to continue the process in order for us to submit reimbursements in the future.
It's already been approved, Chief?
It's already been approved.
Okay.
Yes.
Entertain a motion.
I so move it.
Have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ramirez.
second.
Second by Commissioner Escobedo. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 4 ordinances. Letter A, second and final approval of the ordinance number 2023-01, amending the City of Rio Grande City's ordinance, Chapter 8-203, weedy lots.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Recall this is the second reading of the ordinances. Actually, all of them is there for second reading, I believe, and they were approved on the first reading. Weedy lots emphasize on the shortening of the requirement from 12 inches to 10 inches maximum height or minimum height before the city intervenes in tagging these lots. Also adds more emphasis on the teeth and enforcement fines also.
Okay. Entertain a motion at this time, or any questions for Mr. Milan?
I so move it.
Okay. Have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner De Leon. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 4B, second reading of an ordinance revising, restating, and amending sections of the city's noise ordinance, number 95-14, introducing language relating to Texas reasonable person standard and specifying violations as punishable by Class C misdemeanor.
Basically, it has the classification for Class C misdemeanor or violation of noise ordinance.
And just to be clear, it already went through legal, we're good?
That's correct. We've already reviewed that and approved it for submission.
Okay, do we entertain a motion at this time? Have a motion to approve by Commissioner Olivares. Second by Commissioner De Leon. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 4C, second reading of an ordinance regulating RV and travel parks within the city and its extraterritorial jurisdiction.
Yes, as previous ordinance is for second reading, it regulates RVs, and it's something that for quite a while we needed in the city. It makes RVs to be what they're supposed to be, temporary, not permanent. We did not have any ordinances of this nature before, so again, it puts time, and if you're going to have an RV, it has to be at an RV, designated RV park with management, et cetera.
And legal.
We have also reviewed this, and it's been previously approved, so we're okay with it.
All right, do we entertain a motion at this time?
I move that we approve item 4C as presented.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Olivares. Have a second?
A second.
Second by Commissioner De Leon. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 4D, a ratification of 2022-8, amending ordinance number 2014-13, previously creating chapter, is that a 6 of the city's code of ordinances, business license and regulations, article 2, records, and revising section 6212, maximum rates by increasing the maximum rates or fees for record services in response to city requests.
If I may, Mayor and Councilman, this is, the state came in and was doing an audit, and they wanted to check on the record drivers. So somewhere in the past, and before this commission was here, the city had approved an ordinance increasing the fees, but when we went back to look for it, we couldn't find the actual written ordinance, we couldn't find the minutes. So for purposes of clarity and to move forward, we brought this back to the commission. It's been ratified, it's been approved maybe 6 or 7 years ago before anybody was here. But, so this is just a ratification so that now we have a document that we can show the state and the auditors that we do have a rate increase. And more than anything, it's for the record drivers to show that they're charging with the rate that the city had already approved per resolution. So our recommendation from legal is that we need something in writing, and so this would be it.
I move that we approve item 4D as presented.
I have a motion to approve item 4D by Commissioner Olivares.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Escobedo. Any further discussion?
And just to clarify, those changes are the ones here as follows, $272 per vehicle.
That's correct. That's what they've been charging for a while, but we couldn't find the document within the city, the resolution. We couldn't find.
So technically it's not an increase, right? It remains the same.
It's the same thing. All we're doing is putting it down on paper, because when we went back, we found the minutes, but we couldn't find the actual resolution. So we need a document, that's what it is. But there is no increase on the record services.
All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 5 items for consideration and approval. Letter A, discussion, consideration, and possible action to award bid contract for the Rio Grande City TDA contract number CDV 21-0426 for street improvements.
Mayor and Commissioners, in your packet, you have a memo, and in that memo, you have the bid tabulation. These are for the TDA 2022 and 2023, $350,000 grant. 2 bids were received. We do have Mr. Rosabel Peña with Sames Engineering, who provided the recommendation letter. He reviewed the bids. And I'm just going to let him say who the company is.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Board, everybody. Yes, we reviewed their qualifications, and they've done projects in Alforias and Corpus and a lot of areas here in McAllen as well, from paving to utilities. So they were the lowest responsible bidder as well in the 2 bids we received. So we believe we're recommending them for the award of this project.
So they were the low bidder?
Was that?
They were the low bidder?
Yes.
Okay.
And what's the name of the company again?
G8 Utilities, LLC.
Okay.
We had previously bidded this project. If you all remember, it was only one. It came in extremely high. The 2 bids that came in, if you notice on your tabulation, the other one was from Foremost, and they were like at about 660-some thousand. Yeah. Way higher than this one.
Yeah. Can we get those numbers a little bigger next time? So
Yes,
I can't read them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's too
Sorry.
small.
This is the project that's under a timeline to make us eligible for the next round, which were the resolutions that we just approved for $500,000.
Entertain the motion at this time.
So
Where's G8 Utilities LLC from? The company that got the bid, where are they from?
Let me see here, sir. I've got it here. Here. Oh, wait. You're out of mission? They're McAllen?
Yeah, they're from McAllen area.
and you said they've done work in La Jolla and Corpus?
They've done work in Hidalgo County and Corpus area, yes.
That's a considerable difference by as far as bid from one to the other. So we have a motion by Commissioner Olivares. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Have a second by Commissioner Escobedo. Any further discussion?
Just to clarify, Ms. Best, which streets are going to be paved with this grant?
Plainview and Reina Street.
Plainview and Reina.
Any other questions? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is item 5B, discussion, consideration, and possible action on the NETSY or NetSync quote for data security system for project 2020-06 RGC Public Safety Building as it relates to ARPA funds distributed to the city.
Mayor Commissioner, these proposals were worked on by Eddie. We met with several vendors. They were all either on the buy board or the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. So they have gone through that bidding process. The one that's being recommended is someone that Eddie's very familiar with. And the reason we are asking for your approval on these quotes, because some of the items that are necessary for the data drops need to be ordered now, because they have like a lead time of sometimes 11 to 12 months. I'm glad that Eddie explained a little bit more on the proposal.
Yes, so after meeting with Assistant Chief Solis and Chief Muniz to determine what was needed for the access control and video surveillance, like Ms. Vaz was saying, we met with several companies, and NetSync was the lowest bidder with a total cost of $272,656 with 14 cents. And this is going to include, like I was saying, video surveillance, the access control, the networking devices, the Wi-Fi, the firewall, and of course the cabling for the data drops.
Is it a turnkey job or is it just
Yes,
materials?
Yes, includes everything.
Like installation,
labor and
everything, training.
installation.
And warranty also.
Yes.
You've worked with them before?
Yes, sir. I have worked with them when I was working with the school district.
Okay. All right.
And I think we have Mr. Avila, in case you have any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Avila, Commissioners, or you not? I can entertain a motion at this time.
Well, maybe if you could just elaborate on exactly what all that equipment does and what it's going to do for the city or for the building.
Hold on one second, Mr. Avila. We need the volume here.
Go ahead, sir.
We're good?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, of course, cabling will connect all the equipment that's required for cameras, for access control, or entry into any secure areas, things of that sort. It'll also give internet access to the entire building, right, depending on where the drops are and meters are placed. And then, of course, the firewall for security and protection. For any malicious, software, ransomware, things of that sort.
Okay, very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Avila.
Some of the access is through a card reader and key punching.
All right. Entertain a motion.
I so move, Mayor.
Have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes.
Mayor, if I may just let y'all know, tomorrow we will have a pre-construction for the public safety building.
Thank you,
And,
Mr. Sir.
that way we can issue a notice to proceed to the contractor, Gerlach, and they can start the countdown on the 270 days.
Thank you. And I know that we settled on a date for the groundbreaking.
We're working on it.
Still working.
I think the congressman is out of state. So we're trying to get a hold of him. So.
All right. Next item is 5C, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding surplus and auction of city non-real estate property.
Mayor, yes, two old vehicles from the police department that are no longer working, and they're basically parts that need to be put on surplus for auction.
Good. So move, Mayor.
Okay, have a motion to approve item 5C by Commissioner Ramirez, and second, was it? Commissioner De Leon, all right. Second by Commissioner De Leon. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 6, contracts and agreements. Letter A, discussion and possible action regarding the approval of expenditures and contracts valued less than $50,000, but more than $5,000 that comply with or are exempt from Section 2520215 of the Local Government Code.
Yes, Mayor, you have several pay applications for the water department. There's one for the fire department for a repair of a motor of one of the brush units. On this one, we're looking at two different quotes with two different price amounts. And the difference in that is a warranty based on price. And if you have any questions on that one, the Assistant Fire Chief is here to answer them. Also, we are looking to fund that through different sources. We're going to put it on here and see if we can get it fixed, because we are missing a brush truck. We're just going to try to find a funding source for that. through one of the ARPA funds. And then you have a half application, also a pay application, and we have also a repair for the police department, and also software for 10 printers and regarding the ticket writers for municipal court and the police department. That will save a lot of work for the PD and the municipal court when they're entering the citations, and basically everything is we're trying to get everything more modernized within the city, and that's going to be a big game changer. We also have Mr. Eguia that has a pay application for a repair of some helmets that they have to do. They have to do those every once in a while. I think Commissioner Ramirez could tell us a little bit more about that, or Mr. Eguia, if you all have any questions.
So on these two, where's Chief? This is for, so on these two, for example, the Martinez Service Center, and then you have a Christian Diesel Mechanic, there's a difference of $10,000. And if I see correctly, when it comes to the breakdown, you have a 2-year warranty versus a 1, right?
Yes.
And then this one has 8 fuel injectors.
Correct.
And this one has no fuel injectors.
Chief, you want to explain that?
Yes, Mayor, Commission, what we have here is 2 different quotes. Basically, Martinez is providing a new motor, and the other quote is he's missing a lot of repairs and parts for the new motor.
Right. I guess the question is, when we asked them to submit, was it, did we ask them for all these things, or is it, or how did we arrive at these 2 numbers here?
Mr. Martinez provided everything for a new motor, and Mr. Christian, when I asked him for a quote, I asked him for a new motor also, and this is what he provided.
Right, okay, so let me backtrack. So when we asked for a quote, we asked just for the motor, or did we ask for injectors and radiators and hoses?
Just for the motor itself.
Just for the motor?
Yes, correct.
But then he came back with a quote of all these items for the, I mean, do we need all these other items?
According
do we
to
need
Mr.
the injectors?
According
we
to Mr.
need the
Martinez.
hoses, we need the 2 motor mounts, all that?
Yes, correct. According to Mr. Martinez, we do.
Okay.
And so he could guarantee us that everything's going to work properly.
Okay. And then there's a 3-year warranty, and that includes labor?
That is correct.
But the parts are additional, or?
The parts are addition to the motor, yeah.
Okay. Any questions? Now we're ready to entertain the motion.
So Christian Diesel didn't feel that any fuel injectors were needed, but Martinez felt that 8 fuel injectors were needed?
That is correct.
On the same item?
Yes, correct. Christian had already worked on that motor before.
I guess what he's trying to do is repair the motor instead of putting a brand new motor.
One's a brand new motor and the other one's a repaired motor.
Yes, right, repair the motor.
Correct, yes.
Can we actually have our city deputy manager to actually look into exactly what is needed? I would hate for them to have to wait a whole other month, but it would be nice that Mr. Castillo can actually look into both, and maybe what we need is just to repair the motor instead of putting a brand new motor, giving Mr. Castillo the authority to make that decision.
So how old is the truck, Mr.?
2008.
2008. That's the
Yes.
first time that you guys reported the motor, or second time?
This is the 3rd motor.
3rd motor.
That's going to be replaced. It's been parked since March 24th of 2020.
So technically you have not repaired the whole motor or replaced it, you've just been repairing it?
Yes, correct.
So now recommendation is the Martinez to replace the whole motor because of the issues of the past?
That is correct.
That makes
But that's fine, I mean, Mr. Castillo can kind of look into it, make sure, make the right decision. I trust Mr. Castillo to, I guess, talk to the mechanics and find out what exactly they recommend. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, when it comes to, is it something that happens to those motors? I mean, it sounds strange to me that it would need repairs too often. I mean, if this is the 3rd motor.
What we've gathered, the information we've gathered is that those motors that year, something went wrong with them, the 2008 motors.
Okay.
And by replacing it with a brand new motor, they're going to replace it with a totally different model, different year maybe?
Model, same
as
motor,
opposed to that same model and year?
Same motor, but with warranty.
And that's, I mean, just to replace with a brand new truck, what's the difference? If you don't mind me asking, just for my own purpose.
About 100,000.
100,000? So it's worth that 24. All right, so what would the motion be then?
It would be just a motion to approve with the authority given to the city manager to get the best value.
Okay.
That's my motion, Mayor.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Escobedo. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Thank you. Next item is item 6B, and if no one objects, move that item to executive session.
We can, but we could just discuss it out here. I mean, that
That's some
because
legal questions on that item. We'll
Well-
come back and, yes, discuss it.
we can discuss, but we need to
Right.
discuss it in executive, then come back and vote it out here. Yes.
All right, next item is 7A, discussion and possible action on request for the wine and malt beverage retailers on-premise permit for business located at 3462 West Highway 83.
Yes, Commissioners, Mayor, this license, both liquor licenses on the applications have been licensed in the past. Actually, this particular one predates the city's annexation towards Midway area. Again, it's been licensed in the past, it's been approved. Why is it here again? It was currently licensed, but the owner is retaking the business, so he has to reapply.
But no issues there, right, as far as schools and it meets all the requirements, okay.
Used to be known as King Cross, if anybody recalls there by Midway Road.
By Midway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, on the north side, right before Rio Water Supply.
I move that we approve
I have
item
a
7.
motion by Commissioner Olivares.
I'll second the motion.
Second by Commissioner Ramirez. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 7B, discussion and possible action on request for wine and malt beverage retailers on premises permit for business located at 5449 East Highway 83.
Exactly the same application, same situation. It had a current license, but business was sold. There's a drive-through mini restaurant across the Chaparral subdivision. You recall there used to be a chicken place, and then they had a drive-through, and then it's been several businesses.
Same thing, no issues with
No issues.
next to a school?
We have
nothing?
the applicant owner here in the audience if anybody has any questions. But again, no issues.
Entertain a motion at this time.
Approved.
Have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ramirez.
Second.
Second by Commissioner De Leon. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 7C, discussion and possible action on the final approval of the Woodlands Ranchettes Phase 2 subdivision.
Mayor Commissioners, the issues that were addressed in the last meeting were fixed. We did a couple of visits. The hydrants had water pressure, so subdivision is ready for final approval.
And Chief Muniz, I'm assuming he already went through it, he's
Yes,
okay
sir.
with it?
Yes.
All that was addressed? I know there were some concerns on fire hydrants and
Correct.
pressure. Was all that addressed?
Yeah, they checked the fire hydrants and everything worked out.
Okay.
I so move item 7C, Mayor.
I have a motion to approve item 7C by Commissioner Escobedo,
Second motion.
by Commissioner Olivares. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Milan. Next item is executive session, Chapter 551, Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, Section 551.072, and Section 551.074 personnel matters. It is 6:43 PM. executive session. It is 7:56 PM, and at this time is item 9A. There's no action on item 9A. Have item 9B, discussion and possible action regarding several legal and real estate matters.
I so move that, as we discussed in executive session, also giving the city manager, deputy city manager authority for anything, and also I wanted to say that Mr. De Leon sustained himself in one of the items, Mayor.
So we have abstain, right?
Yeah, Mr. They don't abstain in one of the items in executive, yes.
Have a motion by Commissioner Escobedo on item 9B, second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is item 9C, and we didn't have any action on item 9C. And moving back to item 6B, discussion, consideration, and possible action to ratify contract for solid waste collection and disposable service with Grande Garbage Collection. At this time, I will recuse myself from this item and turning it over to Mayor Pro Tem Commissioner Ramirez. It is 7:57.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, going back to item 6B, discussion, consideration, and possible action to ratify contract to solid waste collection and disposable services with Grande Garbage Collection. Do we have any discussion on that item?
No, I so move that we, as discussed in executive session.
Okay.
Right, well, and I think we need to at least put the details, because he is a vendor, so we can't just go executive session. Okay. So just for clarification purposes, it's a 5-year contract. It's a brand-new contract, and all prior contracts, if the vendor agrees, all prior contracts will be null and void. All of the fees will be still controlled by the city as they have been in the past. There'll be a 5-year contract with a 2-year extension at the city's discretion. And I'll also note that on the signature page, I had put on there the mayor's signature, and I'm going to change that to the mayor pro tem, since the mayor has abstained from the discussion and from the vote.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the clarification on that. So I got a motion, I got a second. Everybody in agreement signify by raising your right hand. All right, motion passes. All right, at this time we'll go to item 10, which is adjournment. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay. At this time it is 7:59. This meeting is adjourned.